In this video, I will show you what first, second, and third degree connection network mean on LinkedIn. So yeah, I know that it's not the sexiest topic, but it's really important to know that because it can drastically improve your response rate when you reach out to your ideal customers. So if you are new on this channel, my name is Vincent. I previously had an outbound agency where I spent literally my days on LinkedIn and Sales Navigator. And now I run a SaaS called Give Me Leads, where we try to make it as simple as possible to build qualified lead list from Sales Navigator. So now let's go on LinkedIn and start with the first degree connection. Alright, so here we are on LinkedIn and we are more specifically on the LinkedIn profile of Thomas Perron. And as you can see here, just beside his last name, I have first, meaning that Thomas is in my first degree connection network. So the first degree connection on LinkedIn means that I'm connected with Thomas, and the most important thing to know about the first degree connection is that I can send a message to Thomas. So when I click on this button here, message, I can write a message like, "Hi Thomas, I'm doing this. Are you interested?" Of course, it's a terrible example. Please don't send this kind of message. But what I want to show you here is that you just have to click on send and then Thomas will get your message in his inbox. So what I want to show you with this example is that it's free to send a message to Thomas because you are connected with him. So it means that it's free to send a message to people who are in your first degree connections network. And you will see later in the video that for second and third degree network, it's not possible. You have to pay to send a message. So let's go back to his profile. So here I can click on contact info and here I have his LinkedIn profile. And for some people, you will find an email and sometimes even a phone number. And here you have the information since when you are connected with someone. Now, one more thing you can do is to check the first degree connection network of Thomas. And for that, you just have to click here on 500 plus connections. So on this page, I will have 10 profiles. And of course, I can click on, page number 5. And I have access to his network. So of course, you won't be interested by everybody in the network of someone. And what you can do for that is to add some filters. So here you can click on all filters here and you will have access to some filters. So you have locations here, current company, connections of, followers, past company, school, industry, profile language, open to service categories, and you can write some keywords if you want to do more specific things. So let's take an example and say that I want people in the network of Thomas who are in Paris and the current company is Nickel. And then I click on show result here. And here, as you can see, we have 36 results, meaning that in the network of Thomas, we have 36 persons that are in Paris and working for the company Nickel. A good strategy is when you know, for example, in my case, Thomas, I can check in his network people that are interesting for me. And then I will, for example, say, I want to reach out to Kim. And then I will send a message to Thomas like, "Hi Thomas, I want to reach out to Kim. Do you know him?" And if he replies, "Yes, I know him," I will ask for an introduction. And by doing that, I can reach out to people that are not easy to target. And just because I know that Kim is connected to Thomas, I can ask for an introduction. Now let's go back to the profile of Thomas. So one more thing we can do is to check our mutual connections. So when I click here, I will have access to the people that are in my network and in the network of Thomas. So it might be useful if you want to ask for an intro. So let's say that I have someone in my first degree network, but I don't know him, but I see that Thomas has his person. I can say like, "Hi Thomas, do you know him?" Yes. Okay. Is it possible to have an intro? Yes, and you have an intro to someone who is probably hard to target. So people that are in your first degree connection are really important because they probably saw your first name, last name, your profile picture. They may have a good idea of what you do. And if you post on LinkedIn, they probably read what you post. So if you are convinced that you need to reach out to these people, you need a list of your first degree connection network. And for that, you have two free ways to do that. So first, you go here on My Network, then you go on Connections, And here you have the list of all your connections. So of course you don't want to reach out to everybody. So you can click on here, search with filters. You will be on this page. You click on all filters. And then on the right part of your screen, you have all the filters such as current company, connections of followers, past company, and so on. And then you just have to click on show results and you will have a list of people that are in your first degree connection matching your filters. So for example, let's say that I want to target people that are in the US. Click on show results and I have here 77 people that are based in the US. Now the second way to get this list is to click on your profile here, so me, settings and privacy. Data privacy here gets a copy of your data. And then you click here, want something in particular, and you click on profile. Then you just have to click on this button and then you will receive by email the list of the people that are in your first degree connections network. There is just one problem with that. So you will get the list of all the people that are in your network, but you don't have enough information to filter properly the leads. So for example, you will not have information about their company, about their industry and so on. So it's a bit hard to filter properly the leads. Now let's move to the second degree network. And here you will find people with who you have at least one mutual connection. So here you will see that I can do less things compared to people that are in my first degree network. So here I have contact info, but I no longer have access to his own network. So here I can't click on his connections. The only thing I can do is to see the mutual connection I have with Khalil. So for example, here I have only one mutual connection, Thomas Galpin. And as you can see, Thomas Galpin is in my first degree network. So same as before, you can filter people with the button here, all filters, and you can filter people based on their, I don't know, for example, school, industry, profile language, and so on. Now let's go back to the profile. So here I don't have a message button, but I have connect button. And here I can request the fact that, hey Khalil, I want you to be in my first degree connection network. So you can send your invitation with a note or without a note. If you're not sure if you need to write a note or not, you will have slightly better acceptance rate without a note. So now I just have to click on send without a note. And here my invitation is sent. So when I send a connection request, I have this here, meaning that my connection request is pending. So I'm just waiting that Khalil accept or refuse my connection request. If I click on pending, I will have a pop-up saying that I can withdraw my invitation. And if you withdraw your invitation, you won't be able to send a connection request to Khalil in less than 3 weeks. So you have to wait 3 weeks before you can send a new one. So there is a really interesting thing with Khalil. So I click on more and then I will click on message Khalil. So I click here and as you can see, I'm able to send a message to Khalil. And here it's written free message. And why is it free? It's because Khalil is an open profile. When you are an open profile, it means that the open profile premium feature allows anyone on LinkedIn to contact a premium member for free, even if they are not in the senders network. So if you are a premium member, I'm able to send them a message for free. But unfortunately on LinkedIn, most people are not open profile and I will show you an example. So here we have Thomas Maisondieu. He is in my second degree network. And here when I click on more, message Thomas, I'm on Sales Navigator and sending him a message will cost me 1 credit. So here we are in the case where Thomas here is not in my first degree connection network and is not an open profile. So if I want to send a message, I have to pay. So if you don't want to pay, you just have to click here on more, click on connect, and then you will send a connection request to Thomas and wait that he accepts your invitation. All right, so now let's have a look at the third degree network. So let's go back to LinkedIn. And here, as you can see, I'm in the third degree network with Karen. So third degree network means that I have no mutual connection with these people. And you will see that you have even less options. So here, if I click on message, I will be redirected to Sales Navigator. And if I send a message to Karen, I will use 1 credit. So if you don't want to pay to reach out to Karen, what you can do is to click here on more, then connect, and then you have to send an invitation. So now that you understand how first, second, and third degree network work, let's have a look on how to play with that on Sales Navigator. So for those who don't know, Sales Navigator is the paid version of LinkedIn. It's not the premium plan, but it's really the Sales Navigator one. And if you want to play with first, second, and third degree network, you have to click on lead filters here and you click on connection. So if you want to target your first degree connections, you have to click here on first degree connections. And what's good with Sales Navigator, you have all the filters to filter people that are interesting for you. So for example, let's say that I want in my first degree network, people with the current job title CEO. Press enter. And then, as you can see, I have 27 results from people that are CEO in my first degree connection network. You can add a company headcount filter. So for example, we want company between 1 to 50 people. And the geography, we want North America. Or no, let's say United States. Perfect. And here we have 21 results. So here we have people in my first degree connection network. So it's people that I can send a message for free based in the US with a current job title CEO and with a company headcount between 1 to 50 people. So what's very good with Sales Navigator is that you can use many filters that you don't have in the free version. So if I come back to LinkedIn and click on all filters, it's limited, meaning that you have locations, current company, past company, industry, and so on. But you don't have, for example, company headcount, or you don't have people that posted on LinkedIn recently, or you don't have years of experience, and so on. So if I come back to this search, it's only for my first degree connection network. If I remove that, and then if I want to expand my network and reach out to people that are not in my network, which is really important, you have to click here on connection, second degree connections, and third degree connections. So when I select second and third degree network, I know that I will reach out to people that don't know me. So with that, you will do cold outreach. And when you select first degree connections, it's warm outreach because people already saw your name, last name, and so on, and you will have a much higher response rate. Now, let's say that you are happy with your search and you want to export the leads from here into your CRM or your favorite outreach tool. All you have to do is to click in the first link in the description. You will be on this page here. It's Give Me Leads, it's our SaaS. Then you do the quick onboarding, and at the end, you will get a file like this one where you have all the data you need for your CRM or to launch your outreach campaigns. So you have first name, last name, company name, job title, and so on. So we make sure that you have only people that match your filters, and we clean the data so that you don't have rocket emojis or problems with capital letters. And of course, you have the verified email if you want to reach out to the leads by email. And what's important is that you know where these leads come from. So for example, we know that these people are in your first degree connections. And why we do that? Because you will have a much higher response rate from these people, and you can do like a personalized message to them. And for the rest, of course, you can use a software to send them a message. But for these people, it's really important to send a personalized message because these people already saw your name, first name, last name, and so on. So it's warm outreach, and you will have like much higher response rate compared to cold outreach. So if you are interested, you can click in the first link in the description. I wish you a nice day, and I see you in the next video. Bye.